The first woman laughed in his face. Not politely, not awkwardly, cruelly. "You," she said, looking him up and down. "You really think someone like me would date a cleaner?" The entire office erupted in quiet laughter as the man stood there holding a mop in one hand and a trash bag in the other. Nobody knew the truth. Nobody knew the cleaner they mocked was actually the billionaire owner of the entire company. And the woman who had just humiliated him in front of everyone, she had spent the last 3 months trying to marry him. Adrian Cole had everything money could buy. Private jets, luxury penthouses, global investments, a billion-dollar tech empire. But after 38 years of success, there was one thing he still couldn't buy. Real love. Every relationship felt fake. Women loved the cars, the watches, the status. But Adrian could always tell the exact moment they stopped seeing him and started seeing his money. And after his latest engagement collapsed publicly, with his fiancée secretly signing deals behind his back, Adrian made a decision that shocked even his closest advisors. "I'm going undercover." The boardroom fell silent. His attorney blinked. "You're what?" "I want to know who people really are before they know who I am." "That's insane." "Maybe," Adrian replied calmly, "but I'm tired of being loved conditionally." 3 weeks later, the billionaire CEO disappeared. Officially, he was traveling overseas. Unofficially, he was pushing a cleaning cart through the hallways of his own company under a fake name. Adam Reed. The disguise worked better than Adrian expected. Too well, because for the first time in his life, he became invisible. Employees ignored him. Some insulted him openly. Others treated him like furniture. One executive even threw coffee on the floor and snapped, "Cleaner, you missed a spot." Adrian said nothing, just cleaned it quietly. But inside, he was learning more about his company in 2 weeks than he had in 10 years as CEO. Then one afternoon, everything changed. A young woman entered the break room carrying a stack of files. She accidentally bumped into Adrian's cleaning cart. Papers flew everywhere. "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." She immediately knelt to help him gather them. Most employees would have walked away, but she stayed, helping quietly, smiling kindly. "It's okay," Adrian said softly. She looked at his name tag. "Adam." "Yeah, I'm Maya." And for the first time since going undercover, someone looked him directly in the eyes. Not through him, at him. Maya worked in accounting. Smart, funny, hardworking. But unlike everyone else in the office, she never treated Adrian like he was beneath her. She spoke to him every morning, saved him coffee, even defended him once after another employee mocked his job. "Why are you being rude to him?" Maya snapped. The employee rolled his eyes. "He's literally the cleaner." And silence. Adrian watched her carefully after that. Not because she was beautiful, though she was, but because kindness like hers had become rare in his world. One evening, Maya found Adrian eating alone outside the building. "You don't go home." "Sometimes I like the quiet." She sat beside him. "You know, this company doesn't deserve you." Adrian smiled faintly. "You think so?" "Definitely." Then she said something that stayed with him forever. People show their real character by how they treat people who can do nothing for them. Adrian looked at her silently, because she had no idea. She was talking to the man who could change her entire life overnight. Not everyone was like Maya, especially Vanessa. Vanessa was one of the company's senior marketing directors. Beautiful, ambitious, manipulative, and completely obsessed with marrying the billionaire CEO she had never met. Every week she bragged about how she would definitely become Mrs. Cole. Meanwhile, she treated lower staff terribly, especially Adrian. "Cleaner," she snapped one morning. "Why is this floor still dirty?" "You spilled the drink 2 seconds ago," Adrian replied calmly. Vanessa frowned. "Excuse me." Adrian lowered his eyes. "Sorry." But Vanessa wasn't finished. She stepped closer. "You people should learn your place." The office fell silent. Then Maya stood up. "Maybe you should learn some respect." Vanessa laughed. "You're defending a janitor." Maya crossed her arms. "I'm defending a human being." And in that moment, something inside Adrian shifted, because for years people respected him out of fear. Money, power. But Maya, She defended him when she thought he had absolutely nothing. Weeks passed. Adrian and Maya grew closer. They shared lunches, conversations, dreams. For the first time in years, Adrian felt normal, human, happy. But there was one problem. He was falling in love while living a lie. Then one night, everything nearly collapsed. Adrian entered the underground parking garage and was suddenly approached by two masked men. "Give us your wallet." One grabbed him violently. The other raised a knife. Before Adrian could react, a voice screamed, "Hey!" Maya. She ran toward them without hesitation. One attacker shoved her hard against a car. Adrian exploded instantly. Years of controlled discipline vanished. Within seconds, both attackers were on the ground, bleeding, unconscious. Maya stared at him in shock, breathing hard. "How did you?" Adrian froze. He had revealed too much. Then came the bigger problem. One attacker's phone slid across the floor. A message glowed on the screen. "Scare the cleaner. Don't kill him." Maya looked confused. Adrian picked up the phone slowly, and his blood ran cold when he saw who sent it. Vanessa. The next morning, the company gathered for an emergency meeting. Employees whispered nervously as they entered the massive conference hall. Then the doors opened, and every face turned pale, because a cleaner walked in wearing a tailored black suit worth more than most people's salaries, surrounded by security, executives, lawyers. Vanessa nearly dropped her phone. Maya stopped breathing. Adrian walked calmly to the stage, then spoke into the microphone. "My name," a pause, "is Adrian Cole." Gasps filled the room instantly. "The owner of this company." Vanessa stumbled backward in horror. No, that's impossible." Adrian's eyes locked onto hers. "Is it?" Security approached Vanessa immediately. She began panicking. "I can explain." "Can you explain hiring attackers too?" The room exploded into chaos. Then Adrian turned toward the employees, his voice quieter now. "For months, I worked among you as a cleaner." He scanned the room slowly. "And some of you treated me with more kindness than people treat billionaires." Then finally, he looked at Maya. "You saw value in me when you believed I had nothing." Maya's eyes filled with tears. "You lied to me." Adrian nodded painfully. "I know." The room fell silent. "But everything I felt for you was real." Days later, Maya met Adrian on the rooftop of the company building. The city lights stretched endlessly behind them. "You could have had anyone," she said quietly. "Maybe. Then why do all this?" Adrian smiled sadly. "Because I needed to know if someone could love me before they loved my money." Maya looked at him carefully, then asked the question that mattered most. "And what if I walked away?" Adrian nodded slowly. "Then at least I'd finally know the truth." Long silence. Wind moved softly around them. Then Maya smiled. "You're still terrible at cleaning." Adrian laughed for the first time in weeks. And just like that, the walls around his heart finally began to fall. Money can attract attention, but character attracts love, because the people who truly belong in your life will respect you long before they discover your value.